So today's video is going to be kind of interesting. Have you wondered when your teachers are making corrections on the moves that you are doing in the class, well, whether you're doing your kata or whether you are performing in order for you to get your belt, and then the teacher come over and start making corrections on where your hand's supposed to be and where you're supposed to kick and how far and how high you should be going down and up based on your stance. Guess what? If your teacher are doing that to you without an explanation, sorry, but I got to tell you this, you've been lied to, okay? You've been lied to because, and this is going to be controversial. You're going to be wondering, what the heck is Len is talking about? And I'm going to show you why. Because let's say like this. Come on in, Darren. Let's say Darren is my brand new student right now, right? Which he is anyway. So let's say he's going to stand and walk in stance and he's going to give me a punching technique, right? So I'm as a teacher, I come over and I said, I'm going to move him down 1 inch like that, right? So him as a student, he's going to think, okay, you know what? From now on, I'm going to move down as 1 inch. But let's face this. Let's really face this, okay? For me, moving down 1 inch, does it serve any value for this guy? Really, it doesn't serve any value. I'm probably running through his head too. It's like, okay, why isn't my sensei coming over and just only move down 1 inch? Because 1 inch really makes any difference, right? If he's gonna punch someone, he's gonna punch them here at this collarbone, or he's gonna punch him here right at my chest, which is closer to my heart. Well, my heart's on the other side. But anyway, so he's gonna punch here. Look, whether it's here or here, it's still gonna hurt, right? Now, let's say if you're going to put it into a block, and I have seen this a lot, do a chest block, right? So let's say chest block, chamber your hand like that. So, and I have teachers who come over and they do this. So they say, okay, it has to be a line this way here, right? So stand your body straight up, and I'm going to move this way here, and then I'm going to make this a line, right? And they do that kind of corrections to even brown belt or black belt level, all right? Now, again, does this bring any value to the student if he's going to do a chest block, whether he's here, or I'm going to come over, I'm going to move in this much here, I'm going to go down this much here, and I say, yeah, that's how he's supposed to do it. Does it really help this guy? And here goes another thing that's controversial. You can rest up. Here goes another thing that's so controversial. If I'm going to fix him and tell him that, yeah, you should do it over here, right, versus you doing out here, then now other schools, other styles are going to be like, yeah, what makes your style correct and my style wrong? Because let's face it, right? Some style, they do it here, right? This much angle. Some style, they go out here, which is Wing Chun, right? They're going out here. So why is that they open this big, right? And our style will open only this big, right? What makes our style better than Wing Chun, right? So if you start thinking like that, then you gotta step back a little bit and stop making bogus corrections. I'm sorry to say, but it's bogus corrections, right? Now, if you are making corrections for the aesthetic part of doing kata, so that you can say, yes, we're doing shorin-ryu, and we're supposed to do this here, so then, we can follow based on the lineage. Okay, fine, I can buy that, right? I can buy that, we all have to be the same, so it can be consistency, throughout different generations. But let's face this, people, the more that you think about it, when you start following what is being passed down, right? It all falls apart when you start fighting, right? Let's face it. When he and I are gonna start here, we're gonna do chicken sparring. We do, and you've seen a lot of that. Look, it falls apart, right? Whether you're doing karate, whether you're doing Wing Chun, Kung Fu, whatever style you do, everybody's gonna do chicken fighting, chicken slapping, right? So where's all that corrections come in, right? It doesn't. So, with that being said, I will share with you how I make corrections so that it can be consistent with any style that is learning martial art, right? So my correction is based on body dynamics, your body structure, on how to create power, how to create alignment so that when you execute a motion, your body is intact so that you can execute with I'm not going to say perfection, but with the utmost power, right, from your body, right? So that being said is this. Let's go back to the beginning now. So let's say Darren's going to throw a punch, right? Throw a punch, right? So now when he throws a punch here, so I am not of a teacher to say, look, this punch is kind of too high, right? I'm not going to go over and fix, how high, how low his punch and do like that. I'm going to fix him based on how he connects his leverage. So in our style, reconnect power by using, so let's go turn this way here for the camera purpose, by understanding how to generate the lats, right? So if he tighten his lats here, so this is power. If I'm gonna move his body here, so this is power, because now I'm gonna move his knee here. So this over here, if I can move his knee and his hip forward this way at an angle, and then his lats tighten, this here is called structure. So it doesn't matter what style you learn. If you understand this structure here, then you can do any style, okay? Then you no longer come over and start fixing your student like, no, let's go down a little bit here, let's go. It really makes no sense, right? Because your student's gonna scratch their head and be like, come on, really? Do I really have to, just only do 1 inch lower or 1 inch higher? Because in reality, let's now turn around here. So let's say in reality, this is, turn to me. In reality, how is he gonna punch me? He's gonna punch me like this. He's not gonna punch me with just be like, hey, sensei, I'm gonna stand and hold still like that, right? He's gonna punch all over. So let's say he punched my face right now. I'm not gonna even tell him where he punched. Punch my face right now. So I just said punch my face, but look, my face from up here to here, I hope my face is within 8 inches in length, right? So he can choose anywhere within 8 inches, but he punches anywhere. So once I see it coming, I'm blocking this way here. So as you can see, you see my block, if I pull it out, this hand is way above my forehead. So that just already show you, stop fixing your student and make them go down here. Let them block wherever they want to block. But what you want to fix is their structure. If their body is aligned, right, then they are okay, right? So now, thanks a lot, Darren. So now you can no longer say, yes, do my way, because our style is better than the other style. Look, at the end of the day, everybody's going to start arguing that, oh, their style is better because, we do this, we do that. Screw it, right? Your style is only good if you feel satisfaction when you execute them and your body mechanics is there, all right? Just like, you go skiing. If you have bad body mechanics, you just fall flat on the snow, right? You got to have good knee angle bending, and your body leverage needs to be there in order for you to control, to weave around, the snow course. All right, so now I'm going to show a little bit of how I'm going to align my body structure, right? So that you can understand whether any style that you learn in the Okinawan art, Shorin-ryu, Uechi-ryu, Goju-ryu, it doesn't really matter, right? As long as you understand the art. So I know a little bit of each. I'm not going to say I know all of them, but at least I can talk more about the body mechanics, okay? So in Shorin-ryu, let's say we do our blocking this way here, okay? So we go in here. So Matsubayashi, they go from the shoulder, they block this way here. They block this way, right? So they do this. In our style, we don't go to the shoulder. We imagine from the box here, and then from the box here, our hands is in fighting stance, and from here we go this way, this way, right? So opponent coming, I'm fighting stance, I'm blocked this way, right? Instead of this. So if I go this angle, fighting stance, this way, see? From here, once I block out this way here, my lats is tight, it's aligned. So if anyone will push me in, it's very hard to push in because my lats is already aligned, right? So if you will fix anyone, you fix to see how they align their lats, not you fix based on the angle of this, right? So Darren, come on in, right? So I'm gonna have Darren hit me a little bit. So Darren, stand here. So I want you to slap my hand, right? See? So slap in hard, right? Hard, right? So the harder he slap, actually he's the one who's hurting, right? And that's because my lats is expand. Go from here, go ahead, slap in. You see, right? But if I'm gonna be focusing on where it's supposed to be, and then standing here, relax, slap it in, right? Then I'm gonna lose my base. You understand? So your base needs to be here, and your lats needs to be tight, or not tight, expand. Right? So I'm going to have a separate video. This video alone is going to be very lengthy. Just understand using the lats. And here at the base, and here, open at a certain angle, and from here tight, now slap in, right? It's hard, slap hard, right? It's hard, right? Now you can feel more aligned, okay? So that's just only for the the short and do aspect of it, right? So Weiqi they do these, right? So they do these, right? So they do these. Now I'm not gonna fix, how I'm supposed to do it. I'm gonna talk about body mechanics too, right? So if I teach someone Weiqi same thing. I'll grab the deck, right? And then I'll line based on the lats here and do this way, right? Right? This way, this way, right? Right. So they do more circular, but look, when it comes too quick, your circular should be very abrupt too, right? So if you punch in, let's say, and I do it too long, right? He's coming in, punch, I go, very quick, right? Because I want to do this, hit, right? And your body needs to be aligned correctly in order for you to do that, right? Because if your body's not aligned, you're not gonna be able to go in, okay? And like I said, if you understand the alignment already, you no longer come over and start fixing your student, whether it should be 1 inch lower or 1 inch higher, right? It makes no sense. Okay, so this video here is an introduction on how you should start focusing on making corrections to your students. And you, even as a student watching this, you should also be cognizant of how you train in order for you to focus keeping your body aligned versus following whoever is telling you to do your kata at a certain angle and just to look aesthetic, right? At the end of the day, you want to look aesthetic, but at the same time, you want to be effective as well, right? You can look aesthetically pleasing, but if you're going to get knocked out, it really makes wearing a black belt, which is just only a belt that is black and is no different from trash, right? Sorry to say that, but that's the truth of life. So for my philosophy is, if you're going to be a black belt already, you have to fight like a black belt, right? All right, so if you like what you saw, please click like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.